Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can tell by the title of the video, this is my college reaction video where I open the acceptance or rejection letters of the colleges I applied to. I will say it was very disappointing. I feel like I fumbled a lot of colleges, and this college season is always so tough, even though this is my first and only time going through it, thank gosh, but it is so stressful. Maybe you guys already did it, maybe you guys are doing it next year, or maybe you guys are in the same boat as me and you are the class of 2026. But I will say, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, so in the end of this video, I'll be providing you my stats and like stuff I did in high school. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting off, I didn't record the reactions of opening these colleges because these were considered my safeties, so I kind of already knew I was going to get in. UC Riverside, UC Merced, UC Santa Cruz, San Francisco State University, and Sac State. And I also didn't record CSU Long Beach, but I ended up getting rejected from CSU Long Beach as well. Okay, we're gonna open, okay?
어? 바로 보는 거야. 오케이.
Okay guys, so UC Irvine came out and I'm gonna check. I'm not scared. Like, I know I'm gonna get rejected, so it's like, I don't know, I'm not expecting anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open it because I genuinely know I got rejected. So I'm just this is status update. Year update. I'm ready for that big rejection. Yay. So excited. No way. I got on the wait list. Oh my gosh.
No way. No way. I got on the wait list. Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna get full on rejected, but I'm on the wait list. No freaking way. No way. Okay, wait, I'm actually happy because I thought I would get rejected. That's better than getting rejected, but still, I know. No, I got rejected straight by Davis, but I got waitlisted by UC. Hello? No, but I know I'm not getting in because no way I'm gonna get waitlisted and then rejected. I'm not waiting. Guys, please, I need to get in. Oh my gosh, no way. I feel like I'm gonna get rejected in the end anyway, but like no way I actually got waitlisted. I did not think I was gonna get waitlisted. What? Wait. Kill me now. What the heck?
Okay guys, so UCSD just came out and I'm gonna check, and I don't know why I'm scared because I already know I'm getting rejected. Like I already know, so I don't know like why I'm scared, but I'm scared. But I'm gonna check it, and I'm pretty sure I got 100% rejected. So your decision. It's right there. Like I just press on that button. I don't know why I'm scared. I already know I'm getting rejected, so I don't know why I'm scared. Yep, got rejected. Okay, I just opened my UCLA and UC Santa Barbara, and both hashtag rejected, which I expected. So only one more, which is Berkeley, and I doubt I'd be able to Berkeley. So like, basically that's my UCs. This was taking like forever. Okay. I'm gonna get rejected.
Oh my goodness, I would chop this one.
Because
So can you just open it? So
no, I know explain the backstory.
just
No, guys, I know I'm going to get rejected because they post rejections last, and they've been posting for the longest time, and I finally got my decision back, aka rejection, and I'm gonna cry. Hey, Lonnie.
Is this Irvine?
This is not Irvine. This is San Diego State, which is like, okay, let's go. Rejected. Yes, I got rejected. Okay guys, opening my last college decision, UC Berkeley, hashtag my last Rejection. I already know I'm being rejected. Hashtag rejection opening. That was your account. Girl, bye. Yeah. Okay, so those were my results. I will say I'm pretty disappointed in myself for those results, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to like embrace that phrase of rejection is redirection, or like people saying you'll end up where you belong and stuff like that. But it is pretty disappointing because I feel like all the work I put in high school, I just wish I don't know, I just don't feel like, I feel like I did something wrong, and I feel like it's kind of wasted a bit because these 4 years I spent, you know, working toward hoping to get into some of these colleges that I didn't get into. So I feel like some of my work is wasted, but at the same time, all happens for a reason. So now I'm going to be sharing my stats. I have them pulled up right here, so I'm going to be referencing to my computer, and yeah. So starting off with my GPA, I had a 3.7 unweighted and a 4.04 weighted, which in comparison to other people applying to UCs, I will say that's kind of more on the average side, because I see a lot of people with weighted of 4.2, 3, 4 and up there. So it's like I kind of feel iffy about my GPA, I will say. But that was my GPA. For my AP and honors classes, I took AP Human, which I got a 5 in. I took AP World, which I got a 4 in. AP Lang, which I got a 5 in. AP Psych, which I got a 3 in. A Push, which I got a 3 in. And senior year, I haven't taken these tests yet, but I'm taking AP Stats, AP Environmental Science, and AP Lit. I've taken 3 honor classes. I've taken Honors Math 3, Honors English 9, Honors English 10. So yeah. Next, we're gonna move on to extracurriculars I did. So I have been playing piano for 8 years now, and I've done lessons. I play and make videos for TikTok, which is kind of like a side hobby. And then I've played in recitals. I've also played at senior homes, so I kind of wrote stuff like that. And then I do taekwondo. I've only done it for 2.5 years, so there's that. I was an American Red Cross officer, American Cancer Society club officer, and I have been part of the yearbook staff at my school for 2 years. And then as for programs, I've done the Youth Mental Health Academy internship, and I've also done the UC Davis Health Equity Academy, which I'm actually wearing the shirt right now. But I got rejected by UC Davis, so okay. But yeah, I'm wearing the shirt. And then as for volunteer work, I done National Honor Society and Key Club, which a total would be around 50 hours for those 2 organizations. I have volunteered 112 hours at a hospital. I've done 63 hours at an elementary school over the summer. And then I was a part of Link Crew and leadership during my junior year. I also do like social media content and create graphic designs for my parents' restaurant, so I included that. And then I'm part of this organization called the Reclamation Project, which is a youth-led grassroots movement, and I also talked about that, being a part of that, in my essay, so I'll tell you more about what it is and what kind of like led me to join, what I did, stuff like that. So yeah. And then I also took 5 community classes with the dual enrollment program at my local community college, and I also included that in my resume. I also did weekly Burmese sessions for a couple years, like 4 or 5 years, where a Burmese teacher would teach me how to read Burmese and how to write in Burmese. Just like, making us read passages, writing sentences, checking our spelling by doing assessments and stuff like that. But yeah, for the most part, I think these are the main things I did in high school, and these are the main activities that I wrote in my application. So yeah. So for the awards section, I got the Principal's Award, which is where you maintain a 4.0 or higher GPA all 4 years of high school. I also got the National Recognition Program Award, which is a reward for first generation academic achievement. Hold on. Let me see if I can just show you it. And then I also got the, hold on, the AP Scholar with distinction. So for AP exams, it's where you score 3 or higher for all AP exams. So those were my awards. Now we're gonna move on to the PIQs or essay parts, where the University of California, on their application, you can choose 4 out of the 8 questions they give you, and you have to write a 350, I believe, word essay and answer that question. So this is what I wrote about. I'll give you a brief summary. So the first PIQ I wrote about is describe the most significant challenge you have faced and the steps you have taken to overcome this challenge. How has this challenge affected your academic achievement? To which I answered, I wrote about how my habit of always dwelling on what ifs had hindered my math grade in Math 3 honors, and I showed how I was persevering to improve it by asking for help, studying more, and taking tutoring lessons. So to go more into detail, I'm not gonna read the whole thing because I don't feel confident about my essays, but I basically wrote about how I dwell on the past a lot and how I dwell on what if I had done better, what if I had done this, instead of actually putting in the effort to improve. So I wrote, once I kind of realized that, and once I kind of realized like my grade was bad, I asked for help more, improved by going to tutoring and studying the content to show how the progress I made of like overcoming the challenge and changing my mindset. For the next PIQ is describe how you have taken advantage of a significant educational opportunity or worked to overcome an educational barrier you have faced. For this question, I answered how the YMHA internship was an opportunity I took advantage of, and it taught me more about the mental health field, mental health disorders, and the stigma around mental health. And then I went into detail of like my first day at the program, working on a group research project, which we had to present at the end of the program, and then basically all the things we did during the program. And I applied with a psychology major for like in context, so this really inspired me to keep pursuing psychology, because this internship is mental health based, which goes like kind of together with psychology. So yeah, I talked about in my essay how I took advantage of that. For my next PIQ, the question is, think about an academic subject that inspires you. Describe how you have furthered this interest inside or outside of the classroom. So for this, I talked about the subject that inspired me most was AP US History. And I connected it to the work I did with the Reclamation Project with fellow youths in marginalized populations, low-income communities, and solidarity within racial equality, to connect it with how movements in history have shaped the current society. Bear with me because I feel like this is kind of, it makes sense when you read it, and I feel like this was one of my better essays that I wrote because I really liked how I wrote it. But until you read it, it's kind of confusing. But basically, I connected how the things I learned in US history about movements to protest against, whatever issues. For the last one, the question is, what would you say is your greatest talent or skill? How have you developed and demonstrated that talent over time? I talked about how my best talent was being able to listen. I talked about how my ability to listen during piano lessons, because, you kind of gotta hear the rhythm notes, etc. Listening during classroom discussions and leaders at the Burma civil rights protest, and most importantly, when other people like my friends came to vent or talk about their issues. I talked about how I think it's important to be heard, and it's important to be a person who is able to listen and hear people out and make them feel like they have a voice and they're heard. So I talked about that, and I talked about basically like how when I listen to others during classroom discussions or like conferences or whatever, I talked about how I listen to their ideas and then I gain new perspectives and build off their ideas from being able to listen. I'm explaining this really bad, but basically that's the idea. So I also posted a TikTok about this, which got a good amount of views, and people in my comment sections were basically telling me their stats and what got them into, the schools, the UCs that they got into. And also I got very nice responses about like why they think I didn't get in, or like the weaknesses of my application, or like just very nice stuff, which I appreciate all the comments. So like here, a lot of people were saying that, and I also think that it was my essays that was one weakness. I got them read by one of my teachers and then my school counselor, and yeah, but I will admit that my essays, I feel like I was really scared to lean into more creativity, and just, it wasn't like unique or like as unique or different as it should have been, nor was it like, again, I was really like scared to like risk it and make it more creative, and how do I say this, like make it have more personality. I feel like my writing was just, it just had to have seasoning, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to describe it, but when I read other people's essays, I was like, damn, like their writing style and their like ability to enchant whatever they were writing about was like amazing, and I was like, damn, like I could have worked on my essays more. Like the ideas were there, but enchanting those ideas and making them sparkle was just not in the room. So I will admit, I think my essays were dragging me down. I think as for other things like my GPA, the classes I took, the extracurriculars, I think those were okay. But if my essays like were a little more better, I think I would have gotten, and I think my essays needed to carry a little more. So yeah. So those were my stats, and I also decided to appeal to most of the UCs that I didn't get into, and I also appealed to San Diego State as well. So yeah, and then I'm also waiting on the UC Irvine waitlist, which I'm praying that they take me off of either this month or next month or over the summer. Please, UC Irvine, really, that's like my only hope, which I wasn't expecting to get waitlisted. I was expecting to get full-on rejection, but that's one of my top choices, so I'm like, please. But I did commit to UC Riverside, so if I don't get off the Irvine waitlist, I will be attending UC Riverside this fall, majoring in psychology. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys had a good college application season. I hope you guys got into all the schools you wanted to get into, and if you are a freshman, sophomore, junior, currently in high school and are scared for the college application process, don't be too stressed, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Bye bye.